goodness. The race to time is over, and I got in the top 7.9%. And this week, the skin is a collector skin. Ooh, I definitely gonna have to try to get into the top 5 this week. Because we know I like the collector. Joining me in the chat party tonight, we have the leader of the Fire Nation, Fire Ninja.
No.
Who apparently just wants to say the word no. And then, of course, we have Johnny B. Good, a.k.a. Mountains of Ice.
Oh, your hero?
Oh, no, okay, group. Oh, no, why do they always have to. Why does it have to be a stupid group battle? Ugh. I'll do that off screen and try to get it done.
Oh boy, a group battle, my favorite. Have I even tried in any group battles? No. Am I gonna try in that one ever? No.
Probably not, because it's a Casey Cage one.
I actually like Casey Cage.
You get you get skin and 3 pieces of gear, and some kind of random thing to use in the AA battles.
I mean, I like Cassie Cage.
And the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go do the Sentry on Living Faith, since that's only got 41 minutes.
Is it worth the hell?
Probably not.
No.
Now don't forget, tomorrow the Kombat trailer is being dropped, so you will be able to see the release date for Sindel, Spawn, and the other 2 characters. Granted, if you believe the leaks that are going around right now for that trailer, it looks like the last 2 characters joining Sindel and Nightwolf are Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator 1 and the Joker.
What?
Yeah, that kind of caught me off guard. I know a lot of people have been wanting the Joker, which I can understand why, because of the fact of in Injustice they don't really do fatalities. It's been on Facebook and Twitter, but I'm not buying that one because the trailer gets dropped tomorrow. So I'm hoping the one with the Joker and it's not true. Because if it is, I think there's going to be people who are happy and then people who are pissed. Me personally, I wouldn't mind the Joker only because of this reason. You could tell when they did Mortal Kombat vs. DC, they wanted to have Joker have a lot of bloody fatalities, but at the time they couldn't because DC was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue. What is it? They didn't really want their characters to be doing, you know, bloody kill moves, but I think now that with how good Injustice 1 and 2 were, and you know they're never going to allow it in Injustice, but you could give a Joker a lot of creative fatalities. Hopefully DC, if it is true, they let NetherRealm give Joker some good ones. On its Terminator, I'm not surprised because everyone's has kind of figured that one out, which I know they want to tie that one in with the movie, which is understood. I only say that because of the fact of I know WB Games does help with the NetherRealm game.
How do you use your laptop? The HP Spectre X360 is made with a 360-degree hinge, so you can hang. However, watch then vote.
What the hell are you talking about?
So I don't do any of that.
I was trying to figure out what you were talking about, to be honest. And how was Fire Ninja's day-to-day at school?
I got cut by a desk.
Okay, how does a desk cut you is my question.
It's got like a sharp triangle, like broken metal piece on it, and most of them do. Which snags backpacks, or in my case, since my desk is like literally right next to someone and I'm left-handed, I usually put my stuff on my left side. So I went to go and I didn't even feel it, but since I was looking down and like trying to get my backpack, slid my left trigger finger across the metal.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Didn't feel it. I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm gonna need a band-aid.
Well, at least it ain't like Ronda Rousey who almost lost her finger.
Go to my... It's like a inch long cut.
Well, you saw what happened to Ronda Rousey when she was filming stuff for Fox's 911 show, right?
Nope.
Yeah, she had to have surgery done on her hand, and apparently she they had to fix her finger, put screws and bolts in it, in one of her fingers because it was almost broken and the bone was coming out of the skin.
Which is your favorite anime series, Gundam or Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop.
Neither.
Neither, okay.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Okay, well, if that's not a choice, you can't just say that. You have to choose from the ones available.
My Hero Academia.
Was My Hero Academia on that list? From that question?
No.
Then I can't say My Hero Academia. If you got,
I could say whatever I want.
No, because if you're doing a question thing and it's not up there, you can't just skip
I'm
it.
not actually gonna answer it.
Well, then why ask a fucking question?
Because I'm just going through Twitter.
I mean, if you're not going to answer the question, don't even repeat the question on stream. Just skip it. I sent you on Go Away. No one likes you. And apparently there's some kind of crypt event happening in the next few weeks. And by the way, for you WWE fans, Charlotte is getting handed another title shot.
I know, it's terrible.
I agree. I'm not happy about it.
I think I'm literally following like 2 wrestlers and that's it. And one of them is Bray Wyatt.
I actually stopped watching SmackDown tonight because I was getting bored with it. By the way, the one who attacked Roman Reigns was somebody who looked exactly like Roman. Just an older guy with a... Yeah, Rowan, except he looked older and he had a longer red beard.
Who are big gingers?
Pretty much is what...
failed ginger lumberjacks?
It's pretty much what it felt like to me.
Doug,
No.
You did it. You tried to kill Roman Reigns.
You know, I have Irish in me. I don't have... Do 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 do. I did that stock, and what's the other one? I craft magic. What was I gonna say? By the way, guys, there is a new sale that started today. It is the August savings, and I actually picked up 2 games from that actually, because I got a call today.
So it's gonna be. They can either take it in 2 ways. If they have like Murphy go, then you could build up him as a heel. And
by the way, Buddy Murphy did win the night against Daniel Bryan.
I mean anything for right now.
Well, they made a big deal out of Buddy Murphy beating Daniel Bryan, which kind of was, since no one actually called that happening.
It doesn't advance. I would have, because Daniel Bryan's one of those people
who will put people over. Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of those.
It is now. I have a feeling. If a face is going to win, it's probably going to be Buddy Murphy or Cedric Alexander, just because of the fact of there's been talks that...
I don't think... Yeah, Murphy's definitely not considered a face.
No, he is. In storyline, he is considered a face.
What?
Yeah. Because he was attacked by Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan and his buddy...
he was attacked by Roman Reigns first.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because of the fact that...
It does count.
Not to WWE's logic.
But he said he wasn't gonna talk. It took him being brutalized to talk. Yeah, he's the face. If he was the face, he probably would have been like, oh, well, it was Rowan. I saw him. At least I think it was Rowan. It was someone who looked like Rowan. And there you go.
One day I'll get to see that hidden brutality for Shao Kahn. But I know Paul Heyman's big on both of them. That could be a good thing. Yeah, so far in the tournament we have Cedric Alexander, Samoa Joe, Elias, who did not lose the 24/7 title tonight, by the way.
I know.
Yeah, well, apparently Shane passed ordinances when Elias is having a King of the Ring tournament match, no one can go after the 24/7 championship till after the match.
Which is stupid.
Or before the match, or before his match. Pretty much.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, I kind of get why they're doing it because of the fact of, you know, it was like when with the hardcore title, when Crash won it back, you couldn't do the 24/7 until he's eliminated from the tournament. I've been thinking since two heels won the SmackDown one, I guess that means next week it will be two faces, so that probably will be Buddy Murphy and Chad Gable, since they're technically the faces. You know, Ali's a face as well, but no one cares about Ali.
Honestly, if a face were a winner, I wouldn't mind Buddy Murphy or Chad Gable. As long as you can do something right with them.
Keyword, do something right.
They can do it on occasion.
And by the way, because I think I discussed it last night a bit, NXT is officially being moved to the USA Network starting in September. So they're not even waiting till AEW airs, and it will be 2 hours long from 8 to 10 o'clock, ironically the same timing AEW airs. So we don't have the Monday Night Wars anymore, we have the Wednesday Night Wars. Granted, which to be honest doesn't really mean anything anymore, because with DVRs now you can just DVR the one and watch the other.
Yeah, but which one would you watch live?
I'd probably go with AEW, because everyone's saying, oh, you should be watching NXT. I said, here's my thing with NXT being 2 hours. It does a good job being a 1 hour show. So, and we've seen back in the day with Impact Wrestling when it went to 2 hours, when it first started going to 2 hours. It did not do well. Plus, it still worries me that, you know, they said they're not changing anything. I say bullshit for this reason. AEW, I don't think they're going to be live every week. I don't know if they are or not. And I know NXT's not going to be live every week either. But AEW has the advantage of going to arenas and going to places. NXT, you ain't going to be able to, if you're going to make it a live program or something like that, like Raw and SmackDown, you're not going to be able to keep it at the arena you have right now, because that does not sit a lot of people. You know, particularly if you're going to air it on USA. USA's probably going to want something where it can fill a big arena, or Vince is going to want it to where it can fill up big arenas. that's not how NXT works. NXT, to its credit, when it does go to the big arenas, it does well, but that's mostly for the takeover shows, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, the normal show, they really don't leave the arena they're at, which I think is at, what, some university? So it's like they're going to have to go to these big arenas now. Pretty much I have a thing for every show, which that's not really going to work because you're smack dead in September. And I know you, Finance, you don't watch the sport, but me and Johnny do. NBA is going to be starting in a few more months. So you're already going to be losing a lot of the arenas you can use in a few months. And we know that's usually when WWE has a problem, particularly when it gets to the NBA playoff season. If a team makes the playoffs that they were supposed to be in arena yet, WWE loses out. So it's going to be interesting to see what NXT actually does. I hope it does well, but I'm not going to... what's the word I'm looking for? Hold my breath, because we know how Vince is personally. Because I think if they're going to want to compete against AEW's first show, I think that first show for NXT, they're going to have every title on the line that night. Since AEW is going to crown their world champion that night, so... Plus the next issue is going to be, so we know NXT's taped, correct? That's where we already know who the new tag team champions are on NXT. If anyone says, well, why did you read the spoiler? You know, it's hard to avoid wrestling spoilers on Facebook or Twitter anymore. I like to point that out. Shao Kahn wins because he's a beast. And getting into the news that pissed everyone off but me, because we already know I don't like the new Spider-Man guy. Sony and Disney could not reach an agreement. I know everyone says Marvel, but it's Disney, folks. Come on. They could not reach an agreement, so Spider-Man would no longer be a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe from Disney and Marvel, which a lot of people have gotten pissed, you know, because it's like, oh, then Tony Stark died for nothing. What are you gonna do now when you get to the next phase of having a new event with the Avengers coming back together? Here's the thing, yeah, you lose Spider-Man, but at the same time, we already knew that Marvel already said they were not going to allow Deadpool, and they weren't going to have Venom in their cinematic universe. So now guess what? Everybody who wanted to see Spider-Man and Venom, you can get that now. And guess what? You can also get Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage, if done correctly. And hey, guess what? You can have Spider-Man and Deadpool team up, because they've teamed up in the comics and cartoons. So just for...
No, that's Fox.
Well, yeah, but Fox, I think, would be okay with it, because I think they would like to just stick a middle finger to Disney, to be honest. Now I know the complaints are coming in because of the fact of what are they going to do now? Because it felt like that they were building the next thing of Avengers and cinematic universe around Spider-Man. You still have other Avengers you could use. You have... The Avengers is just not fucking Spider-Man and Hulk.
Like the Winter Soldier.
Or the Winter Soldier. You know, yes, I know they don't have the rights to Wolverine and a bunch of other ones, but you have so many...
Yeah, they do.
Okay, they do now? There's me... Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Speaking, they do, I think.
You could have used so many other people who have been in not only the main Avengers, but the other Avengers group that was out in California with Hawkeye. So you could pull a lot of people. You could bring in more heroes that maybe don't get as well known and use them. but that would actually be me thinking Disney and Marvel Cinematic Universe would actually use their brain. Plus, I said before, if you look at those last two Spider-Man films, couldn't you? They should have just been called Iron Man's bitch, because it was pretty. Iron Man was in both of them very, particularly the first one here. He was in what? Heavenly in that one.
Yeah.
And then the second one.
I don't hate the actor. I just hate the way they had him. Like they.
Well, I didn't think he was a good Spider-Man, but then yet again, I grew up on the Tobey Maguire one, and I actually liked him as Spider-Man. I know a lot of people hated the one who took over after Tobey, and I said...
I liked Andrew Garfield the best.
I liked Garfield too. My problem wasn't with him. I actually liked the first one he was in. The second one, the writing was terrible, and that's why we never saw a third one.
It's all because of one guy.
Yeah.
It's not the director, it's the toy salesman. That's why Spider-Man 3 was such a mess.
So it will be interesting to see what they do. I mean, but like I said, you could use so many other superheroes that you have in the cinematic for Marvel. You could actually, hey, here's an idea. You know, you already, I mean, shit, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Hello. You could use half the heroes that are in that game. You could bring in Miss Marvel, Ghost Rider, Magneto. Have them go, you know, have this like ultimate group of heroes go up against Doctor Doom's evil group. There's an idea. And I love everyone's argument why everyone should be mad at Sony because they did two terrible Fantastic Four films. I like to point out the two with Jessica Alba. I didn't think they were bad. Were they great? No. But they were mediocre. They were average. I would say 3 out of 5. Not bad, not great. Now the reboot Fantastic Four they tried to do.
It's not Fantastic Four, it's Fantastic.
That one sucked. Yeah, you know what? It's just. Nah, I can't use Nightwolf yet. I haven't changed his names yet. I haven't had time. I
still refuse to watch Black Panther.
And Rosie says, Doug. Hello, Rosie.
And there's actually a good reason why I refuse to watch Black Panther.
Well, with me, I've never been a Black Panther fan, but everybody knows that about me. I've never been a big fan of him.
Exactly, but in the day and age we live in...
A wild human appears. Hey, Moth!
That around. Where is the electric current here?
Eventually I will get used to playing Sub-Zero. For some reason, a lot of people like me playing as Sub-Zero as of late. You prepared to die? Okay.
Wait, you're gonna die?
No. I like the fact they just made a Mortal Kombat movie reference. Yay. Ah, I just broke her neck. And Rosie says fire and hello. I see how you butt buddies are. What the hell? Hey, I'm not in charge of the party, Wicked. Fine, Ninja, send an invite to Wicked.
I don't like these threats.
It's not a threat. Let's get Wicked in here.
Insults. He's just mad that I beat him in mini golf.
Rosie says LOL Wicked, and then Wicked goes LOL. Hey, actually at the end of it, Wicked did win one match.
Yeah, at the end of it.
After we saw more effed up courses. Particularly the Your Mama course. Good lord, that was a nightmare. But hey, I did get the trophy for 5 wins in a row, so yay. And the Rate 100 custom courses. Rosie says, love your wedding, by the way, Wicked. Let's see, body armor. His body armor makes me manly.
Where is...
That night, fire as a kid. Only men take jokes. Thanks, LOL.
It was a joke.
Cause someone calls Ezekiel.
I honestly don't care.
Oh, he says no problem. Ice shield, go.
He's the one complaining about not having an invite, but he does. And... Where is he?
I don't think. He did. He might not be.
No, I don't want to hear it.
He might not be home.
He's online.
How am I supposed to know? I turn notifications off every time I stream.
He's been on.
And how am I supposed to know that?
Because you got on.
Still watching, haha. I'm ready for football season. Yep, time to kill Frost, because that...
Do I go and deal with the river?
Off with her head.
Or should I do the other ones? Could do some of the Shadow War with
The Shadow Realm.
War.
Shadow
War.
Shadow Realm's better. You get to hang out with Maximilian instead of Kaiba. But she doesn't have a head, right? She did have a head, but now she doesn't.
Time to go talk to the League of Shadows.
Who said you could talk? And now I get to take on Nightwolf.
I did because I felt like it.
It's Tatanka, aka the man who owns a casino. For some reason is dressed up like one of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. You don't get the joke. Choppy choppy your head.
Why isn't it letting me talk to you, you stupid Riddler informant?
Because that word will inform its death.
Oh.
And that's a combo.
I just gotta play keep away with the Riddler informant. There we go. Now are you willing to talk? No. Great.
You got spiked. It's raining blood. For a little bit.
run away.
I'm Batman, I'm gonna run away.
Na, 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 na.
Run away, man. He's the greatest hero of them all.
Hi, informant. Hi, informant. I'm just running in circles around you.
All these squares make a circle. Hey look, it's the worst character in the game, Devora. No, Devora, you did not bring the hive. You brought the
Get
ugly.
over here. Now I can. I just had to get in the Batmobile and then get back out of the Batmobile.
The Batmobile, the greatest invention ever.
And I got the origin skin on it. My Batman right now. Which is my favorite out of the Arkham suits. Like the actual main suits out in each Arkham game.
I have armor now. You'll have no mercy. Just kick. Do the kicks. Get that leg high. Now, if somebody does that in the real world, then I will say video games do cause violence. But this would never happen in the real world, so video games don't cause violence.
Yes, they will. I'll do it in the real world.
I don't think you have the ability to make a freeze clone of yourself. Do a slide with an ice that launches the person so high in the air they land on an ice spike, then stick your hand in their chest, rip out their head that's still connected to the spinal cord, and then slam their head on the spike of ice.
You never know.
This is one of those things that even G.I. Joe would be like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen, and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Blood type A and blood type AB
equals AB DC?
Blood type negative O. O neg.
Where's the ninja convention?
Lin Kuei are not ninjas.
So why dress like one?
Fire and ice. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, Johnny is considered ice, I'm fire, so...
Yeah, but Johnny's playing Madden, which, oh god. Johnny, what was the most effed up thing last night? Me killing teams, or the fact of we had some of the weirdest coaching and bullshit decision making that we saw from the AI?
I don't even know. It was 3 a.m. stuff.
Well, I remember mine. I can say which one's mine. The one where the Chargers left Los Angeles and became the Toronto Huskies.
They tried to become a lot of things. Two of the franchises I did, they became the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then one of them they became the Chicago Tigers.
Wait a minute, Chicago's already got a team.
You know, Chicago needs 2 teams apparently.
Be nice when Johnny Cage talks and you fatality his daughter. He goes, "Not my little girl." They could have did so much with that. A wild wicked has appeared, and he's gonna play the course your mama. If anybody wants to know why, just go to the golf video yesterday. That was, yeah, I hate that. That was the one course I hated.
Which one? The Yo Mama one?
Yeah, that one. Ugh. I'm trying to forget that course existed. For reasons, obviously.
I'm disappointed that one of the Arkham games didn't have a skin where you're just Bruce Wayne.
Again, it is Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, when this is being streamed, so happy Tuesday to everyone. Raiden, can you stop spamming the flying Superman, please? Yeah, you're dead. Whee!
Are you looking for any game system stuff?
Just the Sega Saturn. Well, no, let me rephrase it. Sega Saturn and the Nintendo GameCube at this point.
Nintendo, I think I have one.
Because I want to get all the wrestling games and pick up some Mario Party games and the exclusive fighting games that came out on the GameCube.
And Soul Calibur 2?
Yeah, because that one... You know, I have Soul Calibur 2 on PS2 and the 3, but the GameCube version has Link. And
yeah, I was trying to remember which one had
the Mortal Kombat Deception GameCube version has two exclusive characters, Goro and Shao Kahn.
Start going through all this stuff and whatnot and sorting it out again.
Alright, before we go do that one, because we do want the souls, baby, we're gonna head to the crypt and see the Crypt Keeper. And I got, by the way, guys, I did get my new issue of Game Informer today, and we're gonna, and I know last time me, Heartless, and Fine Ninja, we had a big old discussion of companies that review games and everything, and we know how much I just love IGN.
Oh, IGN?
Yeah. Because there was one game they reviewed, oh yeah, it was the Wolfenstein game, Youngblood. They gave that like a 3 out of 10. Game Informer gave it an 8.5 out of 10, so it just proves my point that everyone who reviews a game will have a different opinion. When I can say there's been some reviews of mine personally that I have had my rose-colored glasses on. Mortal Kombat would probably be one of them. And I will say this for you guys who have been wanting to know my opinions about the 3 games I picked up on the buy 2 get 1 free at the start of this month. I have not done Sinking City or the other game yet, the RPG, but I've played enough American Ninja Warrior to know it's a fun game, but the controls are a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to use the same old words. I want to use a big word this time. Somebody look up a big word for the word bad or terrible. Yeah. That actually would probably be the best way to describe it because the kind.
Horrifying.
Horrifying would be a good one because. Did anyone in here besides me play the Wipeout game on PS3?
I did.
I've played a few on the Wii.
The controllers kind of match the Wipeout controllers to a degree, but some of them, they don't give a clear explanation of what you're supposed to do on some of the obstacles in American Ninja Warrior. So you literally have to know the tutorial. Now, the Platinum, from what I've seen, is very easy, per se, but it's the controllers that will give you the hardest time. I would say the audio is pretty good. Some of the obstacles work. Some of the other ones are rage-inducing. It's one of those games to where if you love the show, you'll probably like the game, but if you hate American Ninja Warrior, stay away. I'd probably...
I love this.
I would personally give it a 3 out of 5. It's not bad. It's not great. It's pretty good for...
Is it worth what you paid for?
I actually got it for free. So technically yes, because the other two games were more expensive. So technically, because it was the third game, because you know, if you go to GameStop, you know how the buy two get one free works. It's always the cheapest one.